Hi everybody, hope you're all having an awesome day today. So in today's video I'm going to share with you guys the memories that I have about Lemuria, living in Lemuria. So Lemuria used to be a continent located in the Pacific Ocean, and it used to be there in very ancient times. So a lot of people, they're not aware of that continent being there. And similar to how Atlantis is in the Atlantic Ocean and it disappeared, that's Lemuria. It was in the Pacific and it disappeared. But what happened to Lemuria is like after a cataclysm, it broke away into different islands. So Hawaii is part of Lemuria, Easter Island, and parts of New Zealand is part of Lemuria. So in this painting that I made in 2011, at the time when I painted it, I was just painting colors, shapes. I didn't really know what it was because I was making an abstract painting, but it turned out that I was channeling information through art. And so I'll link a description, about that painting, or I'll put it at the end of this video so you guys can watch it if you want. But basically in that painting I saw, Easter Island in there and New Zealand. So that's kind of like how I found out about Lemuria. And so when I started having this, memories, I realized that I was there. So that's what I want to share with you guys. So first, just want to start off with, talking about this right here. So this is kind of like how your higher self sees it's, the lives that you guys are living. So from the point of view of your higher self, all the lives are happening at once. So there's no past lives, there's no future lives, everything's happening all at once. So these dots are different lives. So for example, this dot right here is me, Beatriz, in 2025. And then this dot right here is me in Atlantis. And then, over here, I'm in Lemuria. So all of this is happening all at once. So that's pretty cool. So when I first started, to remember living in Lemuria, I saw myself as a female with long blonde hair, and I looked a lot like the lady from the Lord of the Rings named Galadriel. When I first saw myself, I was like, oh my gosh, I look just like Galadriel. So at the time, I didn't see any other Lemurians there except for one other person who was there with me. And this person looked just like me. It was a male, but he had long blonde hair, not as long as mine, but it was the same basically, and he looked a lot like me. So I'm thinking he was probably my brother or maybe my partner. So that's all I could see. But probably in Lemuria there are a lot of different races or different types of beings there, but I think a lot of them look like this, like the majority of people look like this. And I was wearing a white robe, and he was also wearing a white robe. So what I was doing there is I was doing my job duties. So I saw myself performing my job. And so my job was to take care of the forest. So I would get into, like a pod, kind of like this. And then this pod would go up, like it would just fly up and go to the top of the trees. And so I would, go up and down to check every tree. So I don't really know how I was helping the trees, but I was like healing the trees, taking care of the trees. And that was my job. I saw myself doing this. And then I saw myself taking care of the water. So I was like, like if there was a body of water, like a lake, So this is the water right here, or maybe like the ocean waves coming in, or like a river. I would go with my hands and I would touch the water like this. I would place my hands on the water, and I think I was healing the water. So that was another thing I was doing. And then when I saw, you know, like the ending of Lemuria, like how it ended, how I died, what I saw is like this, like a bird's eye view picture of how the land was breaking apart. So under Lemuria, there was like a volcano. I guess there was a lot of different volcanoes. And so whenever they would erupt, it would break apart the land. So, you know, like all this red and orange right here, this is fire. The fire is coming through and it's breaking everything apart. So that's how, you know, my memories ended with this. And so if you guys want to learn more about Lemuria, you can check out this book. This is a book I found, and it looks legit, you know, because it's just cool looking. But this says Lemuria, the lost continent of the Pacific, and I haven't actually finished reading it, but this was printed in 1931, so it has a lot of really interesting information and maps. So yeah, it's pretty cool, by someone named Survey. Okay, and then another thing that happened is whenever this, you know, like whenever everything broke apart, a lot of Lemurians moved to California. They went to Mount Shasta in California, so they actually live under the mountain in Mount Shasta. And you know, these people, they're advanced, so they're not, you know, like let's say how we are right now. They're like in a different, you know, timeline. They're probably a different density than us, but they are, you know, in Mount Shasta right now. So if you guys ever get a chance to go to visit California, Mount Shasta, I really recommend it. It's like a really activating place when you're there, and you'll probably get a lot of interesting dreams and downloads, and you know, the Lemurians are gonna try to talk to you. Okay, it's pretty exciting. All right, so that's, you know, like the end of the video. But yeah, leave a comment or ask me any questions about Lemuria if you want to, and I'll also add the video link that I used to do the past life regression, so I could remember, you know, this life. I'll add it to either the description box or at the end of the video. No, yeah, I can't add it at the end of the video. So yeah, I'll add it to the description box so you guys can try it too, because you can start remembering, you know, you can remember your past lives, your future lives, any parallel lives that are happening right now. So yeah, it's pretty exciting times. All right, you guys, take care. Bye-bye.